Hey everybody, here's your Jedi here with another review for you. This time we're talking episode 13 of Total Drama Pahkitew Island called Lies, Cries, and One Big Prize. And this is our season finale, and it does not disappoint. This is, in my book, really one of the best episodes of Total Drama ever. And this is in no small part to one, they make the what's going on here really about the characters. And best of all, this is Chris at his, well, maybe not his most evil. That's usually when he's like, I don't care if you die. We're so used to that from Chris. Here, this is Chris just toying with people's emotions just for his own amusement. Again, we're used to him putting the campers' lives in danger. But mucking with their emotions just for his own amusement, that's, well, we can't say that's not something Chris hasn't done before. But, this is really, I think, Chris perhaps at his most sadistic, simply because the danger is part of the deal, but the emotional torment is not. I guess is a good way to put it. So this episode brings Jasmine and Dave back into the spotlight simply because they were the ones who were romantically tied to our two finalists. And it's sort of a little bit hard to feel sorry for Dave by the end of it all. Now, granted, Dave has some legitimate reasons to be upset with Sky. She's sort of really kind of sending him mixed signals about how she feels, and then she dumps him and emotionally kind of trashes him in front of everybody. And then Dave still sacrificed himself in order to help her win. So, when Dave comes back, you can understand that why he might think that there's something real between him and Sky. Apparently, he hasn't been watching the episodes in the meantime while he was off the island, but whatever. And then then Chris kind of points out, was like, oh yeah, she totally didn't want to partner up with you. And then, oh yeah, she's not been honest with you the whole time that she has a boyfriend. And of course, Dave completely and utterly loses it at that point. And he just becomes, well, to put it bluntly, a sadistic, spiteful dick. I mean, you can feel sorry for the Dave up to the point where he basically says, if I get the money, my half of I'm going to take my money and burn it in front of Sky just to be cruel to her. Well, okay, at that point, Dave kind of loses our sympathy. Again, he does have legitimate reasons to be upset with Sky. And it's sort of understandable that he'd want to get a little bit of revenge on her for, well, you can kind of make the case playing with his emotions. Maybe not outright manipulating him, not the way Sugar did, but again, Sky was definitely sending Dave mixed signals and did some pretty rotten things to him. But in the end, Sky did lose, but Dave is the one who's left stuck on the island with all the angry robot animals, which just goes to show you that, don't be a dick unless you're Chris. Then you'll get away through it for several seasons and then get a slap on the wrist amount of jail time in Canadian jail. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, that's about all we have to say for Dave. Sky, what's going on with her kind of ties into that. She is genuinely apologetic, and she does have a reason for why those things that she did. Most of them either just simply stem from simply not really thinking about what it is that she's doing, and not in a cruel way. It's just sort of, you gotta get the impression that relationships really aren't Sky's thing to begin with, But anyway, I can't really think of too awful much to say about Sky. Sky, in a lot of ways, is really the Zoe of this season. She's the generally nice person, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly athletic, but because athletics was Sky's thing, big time. But she lasted right up there until pretty much the very end, and last time around it was Zoe. She got the chop at number 3, so it wouldn't surprise me if Sky turns up again, either in one of the future seasons as a serious competitor, or maybe over on the Redonkulous race spinoff, because she's got a lot of what it takes, I think, to kind of have more staying power. Boy, you kind of have to wonder if Dave really wouldn't have been better off with Ella. Now, looking back at it, just to sort of go back to where we've already been for a moment. Now, with that said, we have to take a look at what was going on with Sean and Jasmine. And oh man, when Chris busted out those confessional tapes, it was hilarious watching Sean squirm and freak out. And give Sean credit. He immediately apologized and says, like, look, I was wrong. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. And Jasmine is understandably upset, but by her nature, Jasmine is a good person. And you have to think that Dave does qualify, even when he's in the confessional, that, while he thinks Jasmine's idea for the money is dumb, he does at least want to share his zombie apocalypse bunker with her. And he even flat out states, as I've mentioned in my other reviews, that I'm not doing this out of greed. I'm doing this because I think I need it in order to survive. Now, Sean's point is, in order of needing a zombie apocalypse bunker to survive, is ridiculous, but that's something he genuinely believes. And he is incredibly sincere in his desire to make it up. He has been not exactly done wrong by Jasmine, but he too has not been honest with her. And it is his genuine desire for honesty that lets them patch their relationship up. Now, Sky, again, it's sort of the mixed signal. She does apologize. She did apologize to Dave, but exactly how badly she really wanted to be in a relationship with him, well, she seemed to say yes, but again, it's a little... So, yeah, in the end, Sean is our big winner, and it looks like he is going to split the money with Jasmine. Now, I would actually not be surprised again if we also see these two come back in future seasons, simply because it looks like the writers had a lot of fun playing around with these two. And people who establish relationships on Total Drama do tend to come back in future seasons just so the writers can mess with things. Now, just how well that happens, yeah, that's kind of a mixed bag, but we'll see what happens. And the only other thing I could really say about this season is that I was pretty disappointed that we didn't get any cameos or guest appearances by previous campers. I guess maybe they wanted to really, really focus in on the established characters, because this time around they did come out with a stable of very good new characters. I think it was a lot better than the previous season in terms of characters, in terms of new characters. Like characters like Brick and Joe and Stacy were not really that memorable. Here we had a pretty good mix right out of the bag. Now, granted, I don't think Beardo and Leonard are going to be topping too many people's lists of favorite Total Drama characters, but from what I've heard, Leonard has already been confirmed to be coming back on Redonkulous Race. So who knows? Maybe the writers just didn't figure out what they wanted to do with him properly right at the very beginning, but later came up with something and they decided, well, let's use him on the spin-off. But in any case, this is another Total Drama season wrapped. It has been fun, 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 fun. I want to take a moment to thank everybody for watching my reviews. I absolutely love doing these Total Drama reviews. One, just because Total Drama is an absolute blast to watch and review, and also this is a time when I tend to get a lot of new subscribers on both my channel and my Twitter feed. And so for everybody who has joined me on Twitter and on YouTube, thank you so much. I am going to continue to try and provide content that you guys will enjoy. When the new season of Total Drama starts, I will totally be there. I'm not sure when the Redonkulous Race cartoon is going to air, but it's a Total Drama spinoff. We're going to have Total Drama characters on there. I can't imagine that when that happens, I'm not going to also be reviewing that, so that's something for us to all look forward to in the future. And until next time, guys, you can, of course, if you're not already, following me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi. So please comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time, take care and have a good one.